All right, I think we are on. Hey, how you doing? Grant here from 21 Wise. Today I want to speak about my spiritual journey and hopefully it can help someone who's looking for their own and how to excel it and maybe not. I don't know how long this video is going. I go off the cuff on these motherfuckers. But I think this is a really good one. It's pretty much from how I started from believing in a Christian system to finding out my own purpose in life. And it is a beautiful thing. And let's just go on this journey as I go through it. It could be very emotional. I don't know where it'll go and end up as, but I'm sure it'll flow nicely, hopefully. All right. Ooh, that was a huge minute. Be pretty crazy because this is a good story. I'm not sure how long this will take, but it may be beneficial to you. It might be boring. Who knows? You're free to do whatever you want, but I'd take the time to listen because it's a pretty fucking wild ride. All right. Where do we start? Okay. So growing up, I'm going to be as transparent as I can. Growing up, I guess I was in a household of a Methodist family. So my mom would have said, but I always questioned, like, okay, we believe in this thing, but we're not putting anything into action. The only one I really remembered was my Aunt Patty. She was the main like spirit that I remember of any little religion that I obtained. Well, my cousins too, they would take me to church and we'd do this pottery group, but it was just a bunch of fun and games, just like little free spirits running around. It was fun. It was the Potter House in Winslow or some shit like that. Um, yeah, so that was a very young thing. So I did believe in God. I believe there was something there. There's something to it. But in this little box of where I lived is a small community, South Wayne, Wisconsin. The school was Black Hawk. And within this school, kids would be getting sick and dying, car crashes, all at a very young age. And they would always come in threes. And it just seemed to be the norm growing up in this little small community of a village of like 400 with surrounding towns that are similar. It's a very small, like, yeah, it's just a very small community. It was dealt with like tragic, like over and over and over again. It's like, Jesus Christ, is this what life is? Gee, we just started. What the fuck is this? So at a young age, a lot of us in that area became like, dude, if this is life, there's definitely no fucking God. Why would he kill kids? Why would he kill our favorite teachers? Why are all these things happening to us? So a lot of them were just like, fuck it, there's nothing there. And it when you're in a collective like that in a group, I'm not saying all of them were like that, but there's a handful. They're just like at a certain age in their youth. I remember even seeing it change. A lot of them, my classmates, there's just a lot of like, there's no God. There's what is this? And it had like this little anger spark to all these little guys. And that like back then, not seeing it, but seeing it now, it just the beauty of what was kind of growing in a young Grant or anyone. Shit, yeah, Chase, my best friend Chase, he kind of went through this as well. So, and everyone that I keep close to my home, there's such a deep root here that I will always love that community, no matter how far away I am from it. So, what do I view about a theist and an atheist? So, let's not get it wrong. Like, don't get go back to the box video, okay? So we start in this box. I know I'm kind of far away with it. So we're starting with the thesis and atheist. So we're in this box here. So this is literally, if you're a Christian, Islam, if you have any like a one God base or multiple gods, you believe in all that. all that like woo woo. I say woo woo not to be disrespectful, but there's just so many religions, so many like metaphors and arts out there that it's fine detail to me, and I just can't cover it all, so I just say woo woo. So I'm not being offensive to what you believe in, because I do respect what you believe in, but this is like how I journeyed up. Okay, so all those religions, that woo woo starts down here. Then there's people that cap with like there's no God, your woo woo is just a bunch of bullshit. To me, in my perspective now, this here is that inside box that has those set rights and wrongs. It's either you believe in something or you believe in just science, which science holds true because we see it, we feel it, it makes sense to us, we discover it, we found it. It's dangerous to think that everything can be solved. If you think everything can be solved, you're not going to solve who you are as a fucking person. You're just blinded. And I'm not. When I speak in these boxes, just know it all comes around. Okay. I'm not trying to be like, oh, that's dumb. It's stupid. This is what a spiritual awakening or finding your purpose is. You're going to contradict yourself as a human every fucking day. And that's the beauty of being openness to one idea that comes to you, but then you disagree. You're going to see it a lot in my face. Like I say something in it, or I'll say fuck it, whatever, because I know I have another perspective that can wave with it the other way. So it's probably why it's hard for me to communicate, because like it never fucking stops in there. And if I repeat things over and over again, I hope I'm not. I'll find out after I watch these videos. But back to Grant in this box. Whew, time travel. Grant believed in something, but he thought it was kind of bullshit because his family really didn't do it unless they're said, let's go do church. And at that age, I recognized and made connections like that. Aunt Patty was good with it. I believed in it more so to try it and whatever. But deep down, I didn't feel it was right. I did not believe there was a God because a lot of my friends were dying. A lot of my favorite teachers are dying. My family had no structure. I could have just fucking like been miserable the rest of my life right there. So I kept that going. I'm out of high school a little bit. Then all of a sudden, one of my best friends back in my childhood, James Rufinat, he would die. And then I had more. Okay, so damn, this is tricky to kind of explain this and put this in words. So if you saw after Atheist, I had Lucid, okay? So, damn, this is going to get deep and dark. This is why I love it off the cuff. It's coming in, and it all comes together, and you're watching it happen. All right. So I'm repeating it again. I'm sorry. Here's God, here's Atheist. But something is off on the side during all of this, okay? I knew I was going to get to this at some point in the video, but I just did not know when. But now I know how to explain it. And it should run smooth now. So while I was going through this stupid dumb bass box, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it comes out insensitive. It's just how I am. I'm sorry. But here it is. To me, inside of me was this thing that just wouldn't shut up. And it's what's pretty much speaking to you right now. It's my mind. It is a crazy energy that is just connecting anything it wants into a little puzzle. Okay. So for some reason, he's not connecting much with this at the moment, but young Grant would have night terrors. He would experience that shit that like sticks you, and you see shadows over your head all the fucking time. Like, I had some really fucked up dreams growing up. And also, let me add another thing that many people might not understand and why I put it here. It's lucid. I've always been a lucid dreamer. When I was a kid, so what is a lucid dreamer? So let's say I'm sleeping and I'm dreaming, and I'm living in my dream. I can make anything in my reality happen. I can find the hottest chick and I go, hey, yo, what's up? And I can do my thing. Or I can ride a corn dog in the universe. While eating the corn dog. Like, I had that power in my dreams. I had power to shift and all that good shit. Well, the good dreams didn't happen till after I went through that little God atheist phase. And that was the good ones, but I had bad ones as a child, and I felt like this box must have been miserable or whatever. But back to the elusive thing, as a kid, it's dark, all right? So we had to go into the abyss of ourselves. When I was a kid, when I had these bad dreams, I know I could control it, but sometimes I can't control the surrounding. And when the surrounding would have got really, really bad, I knew my reset button was to kill myself in the dream to wake up, to come to reality. I was doing this at a young age. I understood that, hey, I'm in a dream world. I know this here is fake. So I'm going to reset and come back to reality. Boom. Here we go. We're going to travel and we're going to flow good now. Thank you. If you're still with me. All right? I'm going to lose my voice for this. I don't know why. So I was capped off with atheism. There's no God in my life. I don't believe it. So, and my dreams they kept getting worse and worse and worse. More nightmares. And I kept resetting. Boom, boom, boom. Young age to probably when I was like 19 years old. Then finally, I had another bad dream. But I'm more lucid. I'm getting older. I'm getting more mature. And I'm thinking, I leave so many details out. During this, I lost my dad too. And I had a stillborn in my bare hands. Raya and Jerry and all that shit. Woo-woo. Dad died when I was like 16. Then I had that stillborn at 18. I don't know if that adds anything to this, but it might, because some of the dreams might come out of my mouth. So in this lucid dream, I'm at that point where I'm still having bad dreams. And then there was one dream I had this thing over me. He's growling, he's nasty, he's drooling. Look, his eyes fucking flaring out. And I'm like, this shit is too much right now. I'm going, you know what? Why am I always running? Like, I'm having this conversation with myself as I'm about to reset and wake up. It's like, no, you know what? Fuck it. There's something to this. That might be James. Because he just died, and the silhouette kind of resembles him. And I forgot a lot of the details, but sure shit. Everything cleaned up, fresh air. It's like vibrant colors. And then all of a sudden this scary, nasty thing became a beautiful James Rufinach. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Dude, James, what's up? How you doing, man? I missed you. How you been? And I was just having a conversation as you would talk to someone who would have been dead, you know? I'm like, how you been? He's like, I'm doing good, whatever. And like, we're greeting each other. I'm like, so what is it? What's the answer? Christianity? Like, should I be a Jew? What's heaven? And he's like, there's no heaven. There's just an in-between. It's like, the in-between, okay, I'm not getting it. Like, I'm here with you. Like, we're all in this, there's an in-between. Like, okay. Then it's like, so tell me more about it. Well, it's the perfect world. I was like, okay, how's the perfect world? There's so much bad everywhere. There's the one to be balanced or whatever. I don't know what I would be saying back then. It wasn't anything intelligent. It's like, when you're done with this life there, you'll come here in the in-between, and it's just perfect. There's no sickness. There's everyone's perfect. Everyone comes here. Like, and it's like everyone comes here. Like even like the bad motherfuckers, like rapists and murderers. It's like when they die, that shit dies. That doesn't exist. It's like I can't fathom. It's like what about my Raya? What happened with Raya? He's like she's gonna grow up in this perfect world. It's just in between. And like he was like getting frustrated with me. Like it's like how are you not understanding this? And it was just so profound. And I woke up. I had to tell everyone. And the crazy thing is I had scheduled a dinner with his parents because we're a very tight family because we grew up in like the same household. Like that was my mom and dad as well. You know, it was a very collective community, tight niche. And like I scheduled the dinner that Friday, and that came to me Thursday night, the day where I could like tell him and speak to him, and we're talking and we're expressing this story. And I told everyone too, I was working as a personal trainer with Mike and Data, and she's big into like dreams and shit. And she's like, yeah, they do that when like you're ready to grieve and shit. It's like, oh sweet, I'm happy. Yeah, they choose you and all that bullshit. So I went over and I told the parents, and I was like, so have you, any of you guys had experienced them at this time? You know, they might not have. And all of them was like, no. I was like, oh, well, it makes sense because they're not ready to grieve. But Jim, the dad, he must be a lucid dreamer too, because like he was speaking that conscience, he's speaking that soul, and he was saying like, yeah, I had one dream, and it was just a phone call, like it was ringing, and he picked it up, and it was Munchkin. I knew it was Munchkin. He's like, hey dad. Then he said, I panicked. And I was like, Munchkin, where are you at? I can pick you up. Then he hung up, and when we shared information, it just concreted that there was something more. So I went through this period of just lucid fucking thinking and dreams and just conquering all my fears in my dreams. Like I was developing like a warrior inside my head. And during this time, I went into the military. I'm getting married. I'm having a great time in my life. I did bodybuilding and won a pro card my first try. Like it was just fucking insane shit going on. And my head was I was just lucid. There was this flowing in life. And then it all stopped. Well, the lucid dreams never stopped. I could always lucid dream. But everything just stopped. And then like the sense of like this reality in this box just seemed like it caved on to me. You know? Oh shit, this is going to get emotional. Woohoo! This is going to be a good one. If you're with me, I think you will benefit from this. Thank you so much if you're still here. I was lucid. I'm learning this as I'm speaking, so I appreciate this. Maybe lucid needs to come over back to this soul. He needs to be lucid. And he saved me out of this box. But I was flowing so good, he brought it back. Because then, let's see, I was in the military. I was coming back from a deployment. I was going through a divorce. Losing what I thought was my love of my life. So much I put into, but not understanding a lot of things. And thinking I knew a lot. I think I was getting too confident and cocky in that elusive state that I needed to be brought down a peg. And that's how I think this thing keeps us in check. Because if you get too fucking righteous, it's going to drive you the fuck back. Because it's nature, it's life. That there, I just made life. This is what life is. This is what life looks like right now that we're talking, okay? Let's just go with that. I was living life that I might attach in this box what I thought life was, and I thought I was losing all of that, which really I wasn't. I was thinking that because I was letting that outside box get to me. Like, what do people think? Or I'm losing, or I'm a loser, I'm a failure. I didn't do anything right, I keep fucking up. I'll never be able to have a nice relationship. Like, what the fuck is going on? Then fucking fast forward, yeah, so when I was in that elusive state, I was personal training, I was going towards business, I was doing all that shit. Then I just lost a piece of myself. Then I just went straight into structure. Like, I needed something. Maybe I just thought being that chaotic and free was just not good for me at that moment. So looking back, I think it was a blessing in disguise. But that could have definitely been a different route. I could have been definitely faster, but I could not see me being who I am now without going through these steps. I don't know if this fucking video is going to load on YouTube. Like, is there like a limit? I don't fucking know. All right. Yeah, I don't know. So fast forward, I went into structure. After my deployment, I moved back up to Wisconsin. Oh, let me. I'm scattered because I leave so much details because I'm so bad with fine details. In this elusive state, I left Wisconsin and I moved down to North Carolina to marry my ex-wife. And that was a free fucking spirit move. That was definitely a elusive fucking move. That's crazy. That makes sense. And it was by the beach, by the water. Just everything was just nice. And I think I'm figuring it out. And military down there was great. Say what you want about the military, about the policies and shit. It's the same way I see religion at itself. The nature of a warrior is consciousness. Jesus was consciousness. Like, Jesus was a real dude. I do believe that he was a guy who did great things, and he was rebelling against something that was not right. I'm the guy who would take Jesus off the cross, make sure he's okay, and I'll burn that fucking cross down. Military, the people you meet are exactly the people you need to meet. These guys are going to be the survivors. These are the warriors. These are the people that are going to go through all this shit personally in there. But the thing I would like to fucking... It shouldn't be... No. Anything that goes against your conscience being is a fucking threat. Point blank. All right. Where was I? Anyways, going through the structure, I was a CEO. And I got engulfed. This is fucking awesome and real, man. I got engulfed in that fucking system. I became a fucking robot. And as a robot, I made bad fucking decisions. Because I was just wired to fucking... And that shame killed me. It killed my friends. It's killed many people. So many people right now don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because of these goddamn fucking systems. You ever just see a fucking Vietnam vet and go tell him, thank you, you did a great job? The waterworks fucking going. We're not respected in these fucking systems. So yeah, then at this point, I went to the... fuck yeah. In this deep end point, I spanked a fucking child and left bruises on his ass, and I went to jail. That was the lowest in my fucking life. And fucking bad judgment, fucking the environment I was always in at that time was violent all goddamn time. I loved the fucking chaos. I loved the creativity of the psychology. But it's making everyone in that fucking world monsters. And then on top of that, I had another threat of manipulation from it gets systems will make you fucking get in this box here. When you rebel because you think it's right, and you know that that shit does not need to be in your life, it's because A, that shit's made off of someone else's intent. If you ask them to the fucking core of why they're doing that, they will not tell you. Because A, they don't want to show the true selves, or they don't fucking know. They're just pushing someone else's idea. Remember that. When you ask why and they don't tell you, it's either they're keeping their harsh, nasty intents to themselves, or they don't know the fucking message that they're pushing. Those two types of people can fuck the right off. Okay, so I attempted suicide during this time, and I was dead. And now I'm not dead. So here I am. I'm glad I am. And something saved me, and I don't know what the fuck it was, but going down that brought you to nothing. That is a dangerous place, is being in nothing. But it is beautiful as well if you study it. And you are the teacher, and that is the lesson. I'm lucky that I got out of nothing. It's as if this needed me. This right here, this thing that taught me to reset, to come back to life. This here is keeping me going. And then this powerful little fucker, I like this little guy. From nothing, this guy overtook me and made me into everything and found my purpose. It might have took a little while, but he definitely showed me my purpose. So that's why I can talk to myself in two different ways, because Grant's different than whatever this thing is. Then when I look at the word God, the great order, direction, that's a great fucking example of what that thing is. Whatever the fuck that is, that sounds like a great order, direction of God, right? So I'm a believer now. I am a believer of a God creator. So that puts me back as a thesis. But the only difference is this God is fucking me or a collective, or it's something. I'm a believer that I am a creator, that I can create anything I want in my life. I believe that. I believe that you're a creator, you're born a creator, and these are the steps you're going to have to figure it out. So, what does that? It's like everything and nothing together is like your positive and negative charge, is your yes and no. It's your black and white. It's your balance. And And it keeps going and going where it's like a fucking loop. So I understand why we think infinity living, right? We have an afterlife. This is in a lot of the fucking religions because it speaks to our soul. Oh, I'm at a half hour. I hope I rambled enough to where I make sense. My summary, how could I make this simple after just rambling all that shit? Wow. That was powerful. I had to get that out of my chest. I think that's a big thing. Part of my spiritual awakening is shame would kill. If you're a creative, you're born creative. You've got to get out of negative thinking. You got to get out of patterns, and you got to get out of routines that's not good for your conscious health and to bring you to your purpose. You know, you need to create something, or you're going to get built over. You got to literally try to do something yourself, or else you're it's gonna be fucky. So let me put this in a story standpoint. Okay, so we're humans. We believe in the gods, right? Right now we're in this box. We have atheists fighting with theists. We got all this fucking diversity, cultures against each other because they have set rights and wrongs. If we put in a philosophy, just look at it perspectives. If you look on the outside perspective, you're good. You're already ahead of them. You're ahead of them in their steps. All right? But that shit gets annoying when you hear it every day, and that's what is projected in this box all the time. Well, at least what I see people in my box, I'll see when I go up, but my roots are in this box, so I know what this box is doing to us, and it fucking nerks my dick. All right. So all that bullshit, we need to know that this here is not a fucking race, it's not a culture, it's not a color, it's not a human being. This is much more. So now we got AI coming, which I view AI as that system that's coming, and it's like an invisible war on conscience. I truly fucking believe it. That if you are a conscious, self-aware being, you can use AI to make you to a super human. You can't be scared of it, but you got to be ahead of it. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, be a part of this technology going, but be ahead of it. Conscious will always be ahead of artificial intelligence, because this life here created artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has probably been existing before humans. Actually, it has, because it's all one. Artificial intelligence is like concepts like time and money. That's not conscious think. That's not how life flows. We don't need restrictions of time and money, and that's not what conscious is being life. Letting it flow. You see water peacefully go, but we get violent when we get fucking caught up. Storms are not because of fucking atmosphere. And I can feel it. I just feel life is being sucked out of people purposely. And I can't fucking stand it. I can't stand it. And I will fight to make this shit stop. I will. So, the people who know this, sometimes you have to be in the system to know how to beat the system, okay? I guess that's the best way I can explain it. So, if we do that, our minds will expand. And I think in today's time, I don't think it's that far-fetched that you can see what a metaverse does, what the universe is doing, what AI is doing right now. I don't think it's too far off where you can actually believe that one day we're actually going to have conscious itself with memory without human bodies. Let me say that again. We're going to have conscious beings that might represent our hands, because this is like the greatest tool of all creations. You can do so much, like an octopus tentacle. It's just fucking amazing, right? So a conscious will have something like this, but it's just, I can't put it in words. We'll probably evolve from everything you saw in like sci-fi is probably something that happened in this fucking loop. We'll put conscious in AI, our brains are big, and we're eating fucking many foods and we're traveling. That we might have been aliens or whatever. Then aliens, they're losing the body. They just don't want the flesh no more, and it's just robotic. Or robotics will go out first, or it's intelligence with the aliens or conscious, and it's just actually a real war. And then it sounds science fiction, but it's how the world's going now. It does not sound too far off that this shit can actually happen in a conscious lifetime. But like right now, with what we have to deal with, we got to deal with the possibilities of what's going to happen to the economy. Okay, so they might bring fear like, oh, AI is going to bring robots and kill us. No, the first thing that's going to go is the economy, right? Who are going to make money? There's got to be some sort of like reset on the money value, or there's going to be some universal way of living, or there's just going to be some shit that hits the fan, or maybe we can all be conscious and maybe make something fucking work, okay? I don't know. But all I know is, where was it going? That AI are going to be taking jobs in our lifetime. There are going to be robots that will build robots for jobs for robots. There's not going to be much use for humans. The economy is going to change because humans are going to want humans. They're going to need humans. They don't want to speak to fucking AI all the fucking time. They want to see real art from humans. They want to hear real thoughts from humans. They want to hear how to be a human when you're a robot. They want to live for themselves. They want to sustain themselves. They don't want to be in a system. They don't want to be artificial intelligence, okay? Well, anyways, that's our battle we're fighting now. But through the years, throughout whatever happens in our loop, conscious will always win. Because AI will eventually find out we together as creators, what creating is finding problems to fix. We'll create problems that will fix problems. So if our intelligence and consciousness expands so much, we're going to have to solve everything at one point. We're going to solve every fucking answer. We're going to solve every little nook and cranny in the universe, mega hole, black hole. We're going to go beyond everything, and we're going to figure everything out until it's going to be pitch black nothing. And we're just going to be fucking there, chilling, bored as fuck, until we're like, you know what? We need to create a problem to keep us creating, because we are creators. So when we're in this fucking nothing, we are going to reset to create again. Oh my God. I have no idea what I just said in this 40-minute video. I hope it's good. I hope you took the time to listen to it. I don't know if I would want to watch a 40 fucking minute video, but I'm going to see how it looks. And I'm still sending it regardless of what it looks like and whatever. I need to be transparent. And there it is. Like me or not, here you go. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. If you made it here, give me a like, subscribe, whatever, all algorithm shit. I just want to help people. And hopefully I'm relatable, okay? I love you guys. Have a good night. Why am I saying good night? Whatever. I don't know. All right. See you guys around. Bye.